Yeah, Sean Dillon, I'm 40, position is at the back. I live in Inchtrue, little village just outside Dundee. And my job, I think I have a job really. I play football, I coach kids, and I'm trying to get another couple of things off the ground, but I don't like calling it work, so yeah.
So tell us your journey to playing for Montrose.
How far are we going back?
It's up to you. It's your journey.
Quick version. Played football at home, locally. Very lucky. Played for a local schoolboy team. Had my family involved. My mum, my dad were involved as coach and volunteer and all that type of stuff. Moved to a team called Cherry Orchard. Was in a slightly better league in Dublin. Lasted a year there. 3 years at Aston Villa. Got released. Went home. Had 4 years at Longford, 1 year at Shelbourne, just over 10 years at Dundee United. Got released, met the gaffer, and I wanted to sign for him pretty much straight away. So,
just how have you found your time being at Montrose?
It's been brilliant. Yeah, I have to say, look, everybody, every part-time club claims to be the best part-time club in the country. So I don't like making that claim, but it's been amazing since I've come in. I've really enjoyed it. The boys have been unbelievable with me. I've really enjoyed my time in the dressing room. The gaffer, Ross, the staff that have been at the club, Yano, Davey now, the guys that have been before, Bull, Jim, and the directors and the staff and the volunteers, the fans, the people around the club. It's genuinely it's such a great place to be. And Michelle and the boys I've really enjoyed coming up to the games as well. So it's been made a lot easier. Our job's a lot easier. Well, I don't say your job, but your time and your effort is made a lot easier when it's like that.
And this season, how did it start? How's it going?
How did it start? Yeah, listen, it's going all right. I mean, it's fairly tight, and a couple of points either way can definitely change your, how you reflect on where you're at. Well, from a personal note, look, I'm playing more games recently. I'm enjoying it. From a team point of view, yeah, we there's no doubt that we could be better, but look, we're obviously battling now with a lot of full-time teams as well. So who are challenging for the playoff places. So look, so far it's been reasonably good. I wouldn't say it's been great. But that's probably just where we're at now with our standards, so which is probably good.
Like say, with that in mind, just with the running now, it's beginning that time of the season where it literally is now all hands to pumps type thing, isn't it? And all this whole togetherness that I keep hearing as the word for it that describes this team, that describes this club. Yeah. Everyone needs to show up at Links Park and get behind you. Yeah,
like listen, there is a togetherness. There's no doubt amongst the boys and the staff and like I said, the directors. It's there's a lot of positivity at the club, and it's been like that for a long time. I appreciate there's stuff that goes on in the background as well that can be tough, and there's a lot of hard work that goes on, like I said, with the directors, the staff that doesn't get noticed, that doesn't be seen on a regular basis, and there's a lot of people that put a lot of effort and time and energy into making the club what it is like. So yeah, look, obviously on the pitches, I hate saying it's the most important thing, but it's the results on the pitch is the big thing that that can put us in the playoffs, or have us fighting for promotion, or whatever way you want to put it. But there's absolutely a togetherness in the group and within the club. So yeah, it would be. Listen, obviously, you obviously want more people coming through to watch the games, to support the team, support the club. More importantly, yeah, look, we'll see how that goes.
As yourself as a coach this season, I've observed watching you all in terms of from the stands, there seems to be quite a lot of communication, a lot of everyone working together, like you say, on the pitch. And you can see that through how every player is progressed this season. As a coach, how satisfying is it to see that? Even though you obviously playing at the same time.
Yeah, well, look, I'm sure anybody that comes to the matches will be well aware that Ross and the gaffer and Yano and Davey are very vocal from the side. They're always trying to give information and maybe a kick up the backside every now and again and encouragement. But from my point of view, look, that's been a big part of my game. I'm not going to beat 2 or 3 players and win as a penalty the way Blair does, or go and score free kicks like Midge. Yeah, communication is a big part of my game, and organising, and you know, and kind of seeing things from my position at the back. It's obviously an easier position to be able to do that from. You know, the higher up you go, the harder it becomes. So I wouldn't say it's an easy job, but it's certainly easier than what a lot of the lads have to do. So yeah, it is nice when things come together. It's nice when you speak to players, or when you're having that. You know, it could be a really, really small thing that you're kind of adding to somebody else's game, or trying to add, or trying to help them. You know, it does give you a bit of a buzz. But like I said, the gaffer Ross, they have to take more credit than I would.
What you say about taking credit, I mean, if you've watched some of the previous chats that are actually up on YouTube, all the players think very highly of you. See you as the wise guy.
All right. Okay.
Have you not watched? Have you not watched them?
I haven't watched enough. Obviously, I haven't watched enough.
You've obviously not watched the right ones.
No, probably not. Yeah, listen. Don't get me wrong. That's nice to know. It's nice to hear. But yeah, the lads make it easy for you, and I mean that genuinely. I mean, from the first week that I came to the club, you know, welcomed their open arms, and the boys have been absolutely brilliant with me since I've come in. So they've made it a lot easier than. I wouldn't say I didn't expect that, but you know, it does help, and it lets you get on with what you're doing, and yeah, it's nice. But again, that's not just one-way traffic. Like, you know, lads will have their views on what I'm doing, and they won't be afraid to tell me when they think I can do better, which is fine. Like, we're all learning, and you know, taking on board advice or criticism, or you know, encouragement from different people. That's all part of teamwork.
It's nice, and it's like that's healthy as well.
Oh yeah, it has to be. It can't be one way all the time. It can't. It wouldn't be. It would never be like that. But yeah, it's not good when it's just a one way all the time, you know.
And with that in mind, what were your main influences when you were growing up that sort of started that communication?
For me, look, I always use me mum and my dad as influences on me, like, you know. So that's a big thing. Look, playing football, I was always encouraged. I played at the back from an early age, so I was always encouraged to try and organise from the back, and to help others as much as possible, because, like I said, my ability, if you like, was never going to take me to the top. So I needed to add other things to my game, like organisation and communication. So I mean, from looking at games, look, I would have grown up, you know, Paul McGrath would have been a big, you know, would have been a big fan of Paul McGrath and Dennis Irwin and stuff like. But again, I'm not saying that they're the best communicators, but just as defenders and Irish players playing in the Premier League. So yeah, but yeah, I think just doing it from an early age, and it's something I try to encourage the kids I coach. Communicating and talking and organising, it's the same as passing the ball. It's the same as striking the ball. It's the same as shooting, dribbling. You have to practice it to get better. If you don't practice, you know, you don't get better at it. And that's the worry, I think, when the kids, they're afraid to make a mistake. They're afraid to speak and say the wrong thing, in case they say the wrong thing, or to give them. I've endless amounts of times I've given the wrong information at the wrong time, or I've said the wrong thing, and it happens. But the more you practice, the better you get it. So
just shows that football can also be an education for life as well.
Oh, 100%. Like, listen, look, you can there's so many things you can take from it. For me, you know, discipline, professionalism, you know, timekeeping, respect, teamwork. I mean, the list is endless. Like, you could go on and on about it, but you know, it's a big thing, and I think it can be a massive part of your success away from football, whether that's in your job, you know, with your family, your kids, you know, or other businesses or opportunities that come your way. So I definitely think you can apply those traits if you want to. Like anything, it's a choice, isn't it? So yeah.
Wise words indeed. With that in mind, you might have already mentioned it. What is it in terms of interest that you do when you're not playing or coaching? It sounds like you've already maybe answered that one.
Yeah, well, look at me boys. I love spending time with with Michelle and the boys. The boys are. Michelle does a lot of taxiing around, so during the week, because I'm coaching, so when I get an opportunity to go and see the lads play or train, I do. Obviously, they come in and see me for their own sessions, so it's nice that, you know, my coaching, I say my coaching, but the sessions that we put on, I get to see the boys, which is a bonus. Yeah, listen, individually, I like a game of golf every now and again, and you know, I love live music. I'm a bit of a guitar wannabe. I'd love to be able to play.
I've seen on your Instagram stories you playing a few tunes.
Yeah, I'd love to be really good at it. I'd love to be even good at it. Even the sing, I love singing. I love playing the guitar. But loving something doesn't mean that you're good at it. So
not like passing the ball and communicating. You get better with learning.
People might say the same about your football. I enjoy playing football, but that doesn't mean you're good at it. But yeah, I do. I the likes of that stuff, but yeah, I love spending time with them. Yeah, I like a night out every now and again. Not a drinker, but I do like going out again, live music, and you know, just socialising really. Yeah, pretty relaxed, really.
So you've already kind of made me mention it, but in terms of playing music, who's on your music playlist when you're not playing?
When I'm not, or I love Oasis. I'm a big Noel Gallagher fan. I love my Irish music, you know, and it's nice because the lads have their Alexas in the house, and there's a fair bit of the Dubliners and Christy Moore and Luke Kelly getting played at the moment, which is nice. So I've been banging the drum on that for a while, but then it jumps to Eminem and 50 Cent, yeah, I like a bit of Oasis. I'm into, there's a lot of random stuff. Garth Brooks, yeah, a bit of AC/DC, a bit random really, and I'm up. Do you know what? Anything that I can play on the guitar really.
I was away to say those type of bands sound like
that helps. But anything I can try play on the guitar. So yeah.
Movies, TV series. What have you been watching? What would you like to watch?
What do I like to watch? I like to watch true crime. Is especially back home. There's a couple of Kin is a big thing at the moment. It's just been released over here, the second series. Yeah, crime in Dublin. You know, Winker's been on me a lot about this, about the feuds back home and the gangland stuff. He's really keen on it. So but yeah, Kin, Love Hate was the one before that. So yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I don't watch huge amounts of telly, but yeah, I don't mind. I'm pretty easy when it comes to watching the telly. I like watching interviews and, you know, the likes of the Late Late Show back home, or you know,
like watching chats like we're having just now.
Yeah, I'm into that. I like the podcast, you know, the likes of Stick to Football stuff Gary Neville's doing at the moment, and Tommy Tiernan. Would be a Tommy Tiernan fan. He's a comedian back home, and he does a chat show where he doesn't know who's coming on until they walk out. You know, sometimes he doesn't even know who they are when they come out. But yeah, Jonathan Ross, that type of stuff. I would like watching. I like watching those kind of chats and stuff. And then yeah, the odd movie. I wouldn't be a huge movie goer. There's loads of stuff I haven't seen that I guess stick over all the time. Yeah, Free Solo. Scotty's gonna get on me now for this, but the movie the documentary stroke movie, Free Solo.
Right.
Yeah, it's about a climber. It's incredible.
So in terms of just holidays, places, where have you been? Where stands out? Where would you like to go? Look, since the kids came along, generally speaking, it's been like a holiday village or something similar where there's you know, plenty of things to keep the kids busy. We usually go for somewhere where we kind of end up just staying in the hotel for the 2 weeks that we're there, so it wouldn't be mad travellers. Got away without the kids. The last couple of years went to Tenerife, which we've been very lucky to get away for a week on our own, with some family. But yeah, football's been good to us in regard to getting around. I've been to Japan a couple of times, been to Dubai, you know, been around Europe. Again with football, but you don't really get to see a lot of it. You know, it's all business, isn't it? No pleasure really.
I got to see a little bit of Moscow. I was injured for the game when we went there. So I got down to the Kremlin, had a ramble around, which was interesting. But know, went to Greece the year before that, never seen a thing. You know, seen the Acropolis from the hotel, but you know, so yeah, there's loads of places I would like to go. I'd like to see a little bit more. I've never been to Rome. Rome interests me just as a city break. But yeah, I do like. I don't have any issue going along and just kind of spending time by the pool or by the beach. I'm easily pleased when it comes to stuff like that. You know, as long as everybody's happy. I like the water, so if there's some water sports to get involved in or swim every now and again, then I'm all good. I'm pretty chill like that.
Yeah, especially after from now seeing it from this perspective, how pressurised and how demanding a football season actually is on every player, everyone.
It's nice to switch off every now and again, and again, I wouldn't be against doing activities when I'm away. Like, I mean, most of the time, where I'm at now is because the kids have their school break, I end up usually training while I'm away because it's either pre-season or just about to be pre-season. So I can't remember the last time I was on holiday and didn't actually have to do anything while I was there. So I enjoy getting into the gym as well when I'm away and taking over. But yeah, it's a must-have rather than an option.
What isn't an option just now is you're here. You've been around your teammates for this season. If none of you were playing football and you were all just in the pub catching up as mates, who would be talking about their time as a comedian?
A comedian? It's interesting, like the lads are, like Winker's quite sharp with the crack. Terry, very witty. Ryan Williamson, the three of them would be very, they're up my street when it comes to their banter and their quick wit and stuff. Craig Brown likes to be in the middle of the crowd, or like holding court, and he's good at it as well. He's good on a night out. But yeah, the lads are, I would say that's more down my style.
DJ.
Craigie's on the tunes at the moment. Winker, I think, was for a while. Webby, look, I let the lads do their thing in the dressing room. It's not. I actually don't know. I don't even know what I would play at this stage. I would be totally lost. In regards, so I'm not going to have a go at that music.
Could you imagine you playing guitar to get everybody warmed up? Or
no chance.
No.
Absolutely no. Listen, like I said, the music, not much of the music I listen to would be any use. But should look at it. Yeah.
Entrepreneur who's got the big idea.
Well, Winker's the one at the moment with the Projecto, which has been brilliant. I don't know loads about what they do, but I've seen where he started after leaving his job and where he's at now, and hats off to him. He deserves a lot of credit for that, like, you know. Yeah, I tip my hat to him on that one. I'm not really aware of, you know, what the other lads are at day to day. I think what, you know, again, Ross, you know, CEO of Ordium at the age that he was when he got it. Yeah, when you're talking about running your own business, I think Winker would be out in front on that one.
TV movie star, who's got the look? Who can cut it?
Who thinks they have the look? How many of you? Yeah. Look, Blair fancies himself. There's no doubt about that. If he was a bar of chocolate, he'd be eating himself. Yeah, there's a few of the lads fancy themselves. Liam is not far behind him. Craig Brown, he knows that he's crack and he's chat. Does him the world of good. I'd probably say Blair and Liam would probably be fighting for the mirror, I'd say.
Might be an end of season showdown. We might, you know, just play that one out and see how it goes. What was that celebrity death match? Like more like Montrose mismatch?
Well, maybe Love Island type of stuff.
Mighty Row Island or something like that. Wise guy, other than yourself, who would you go to for life advice? Who would you recommend going to for life advice?
Look, usually the older lads. You know, I mean, you can get some great conversations out of the gaffer, Ross, Yano, Davey, you know, around the staff. You know, I think all the staff. It's nice every now and again something comes up, you're able to have a chat about it. Chris, Scotty, you know, Gemma gets involved. Player wise, again, Uncle Winker, as he's known, as one of the older lads. Terry, you know, can be quite quiet at times, but you know, when it comes to reviews and improvements, he's very good. He's on the ball. He's very straight to the point. So yeah, Terry and Winker are probably the older ones. Again, give Midge a mention. He's like you said, he's been around and he's had some good life experience. So yeah, I think tapping into those guys would be definitely a plus.
Here's a really interesting one then. Future coach manager, because I understand there's quite a lot of coaching badges getting worked towards this now.
Yeah, I know Terry and Winker are in the. I don't know if they're just finished or they're not far off. Obviously, Yano's involved with the staff. You just don't know. I mean, you'd like to think that certain lads would be, that you'd say, oh yeah, fancy him, but again, sometimes it can, somebody can be involved for a long time and not really, push through, and all of a sudden somebody just gets an opportunity and takes it. And so yeah, I mean, look, having your badges is obviously a big plus, and even if you don't see yourself as a manager or a coach immediately, it's nice to have it done. That's one thing I would say to people. I had mine done. I done mine in 2011. I done my B license. Can't remember what age it was. 27, maybe something like that. 27, 28. And then in 2014, I done my A license. So I wasn't exactly a youngster, but I hadn't left it. I hadn't left it too late. So I'm glad it's nice that I have it done. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one to pick.
Last of all, what would you like to say to supporters?
Thanks. I mean, I've said it, and it's been said many times before. Eddie Thompson said it many times when I was at Dundee United. Without fans, you don't have anything. You don't have a club, So yeah, look. The obvious thing is that we want more. We want to build our fan base, home and away. It's not a cheap day out. It's not a cheap hobby. I get that. I understand that. But yeah, to anybody, whether they buy a season ticket, whether they spend a fortune on kit in the shop, whether they come to an odd game, regardless, they're putting money into the club. So yeah, thank you would be the biggest message for me. If you can drag a couple of your mates along and show them what you see on a Saturday, hopefully a good Saturday. But yeah, I think sometimes it takes for people to beat the drum and about it and bring people along, their mates, their missus, their kids, their nephews, whatever it is, their neighbours, listen, need to come down and get involved in this, and the buzz of the meeting up beforehand, the walking down, the community. It's not just, you're not just going to watch a match. There's so many more things that come with being a football fan. Like I said, the sense of community and family that you have, whether you're somebody that lives on your own or you have a huge already family as it is, but just getting involved and being part of that community or family or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the ultimate message is thank you.